Hello and welcome to Chill Game Build, the channel where you come to chill and where I play video games, build Lego and repair gadgets. This is Series 2, Episode 5 of my build and review series. In the last episode I built this, Se02Ep05, the Lego Technic Bugatti Bolide. And in this episode I'll build and review this, Se02Ep05, the Lego Speed Champions Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline GT-R R34. Before I begin, I will explain how this video has been broken down into 4 sections. Firstly, I will show you some details about the set and share my first impressions in brief. Then you can see a quick time lapse of the build process. After that, I will show you some web reviews that I believe are fair and honest. And to finish, I'll share my own opinions and rate this set. So make yourself comfortable and enjoy the video. Here are the details from the Lego.com website for Se02Ep05, the Lego Speed Champions Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline GT-R R34. Ain't that a mouthful? It was released in January 2023 and is still available at time of recording. It retails for £19.99 here in the UK. It contains 319 pieces, which works out at 6.3 pence per piece. And it has an age recommendation of 9 years and up. Here are the features. So we've got Feel the Power, a nitro fuel canister is on the passenger seat. Packed with authentic details, explore the iconic stripes on the side and wing at the back. And get behind the wheel. Replica vehicle comes with a Brian O'Connor minifigure. The following details were sourced from brickset.com and are accurate as of time of recording. There are 10 unique pieces in this set, all of which were introduced in 2023. There are a few that stand out to me, such as the 1x3 black plate, which has the GTR badge printed on the wide side of the brick. You can see it just there on the grille. We also have 2 printed wheel arch pieces, so they're back there. One on either side, of course. We've got a curved 2x2 tile with blue seat print, which will be inside. And the silver rims, they look beautiful. And last but by no means least, Brian O'Connor's likeness on the head print there, and a torso piece too. And before I build, here are my first impressions. So starting with picture number 1, and the thing that draws my eyes first is the face printing for Brian O'Connor, aka Paul Walker, rest in peace. I think they've done a nice job with that face printing. It's got a decent amount of likeness to him, as much as they can fit onto a Lego minifigure head. You can also see the printed badge just there, which I mentioned earlier. And we have the street rims over here. Those look really nice. I think they look great in that metallic silver colour. But it is a shame I can see these studs showing at the bottom here. I think they're not very aesthetically pleasing, not to me at least. Over to the box cover, and we have a nighttime blurry street scene, which is very fitting to the movie. We've got a bit of a blue underglow there from the car, bit of neon lights going on there. And the headlight beams are also on. See a bit of a faint white glow there, so nice and eye-catching. Just down here in the bottom right, we've also got the new Nissan logo. So that was introduced in 2022, and I've read that the design philosophy behind this is to be thin, light and flexible. So I think, yeah, looks quite good. Obviously a lot of car manufacturers are redesigning or have recently redesigned their branding and logos and badges and whatnot, obviously to fit in with the times, I guess. And here's more of a bird's eye view of the model. So we've got a flat roof here and we can see the spoiler. Looks like there's only a few pieces holding that together. And just down here on the bonnet we can see a lot more studs a lot more than I usually expect to see on a Speed Champions set. I'm used to seeing quite sleek models, so yeah, not too sure how I feel about that. I guess in the movies there's a bit of sort of logos and prints, some decals on the bonnet around here if I remember correctly, so you could almost treat that as detail, but I prefer to see Speed Champions cars looking a lot more sleek generally. That's my opinion anyway. Here's the back of the model, and I think this looks fantastic. What they've done with the lights back here is amazing. Definitely looks like the real car in terms of you can tell what car this would be if you are at least a little familiar with Nissan GT-Rs, I suppose. I like how they've got this, just the top of the stud showing here. That's really nice. And they've added a bit of extra glow to draw my attention. We've also got the horizontal brake light there. Looks like that's only half a stud as well. That doesn't quite look as thick as a full stud maybe. We've got the Florida plate sticker here. Got a couple of, well, a few stickers actually along the side up here as well. Still looks really nice. We've got a bit of neon light glow once again down at the bottom. Obviously that's superimposed, as well as the dust flicking up from the tyres. And we've got the huge exhaust tip down here at the back. Next up is the side profile, and first thing that stands out to me here is it's a little long on the top here. Just doesn't look right. I think the angles are a little off. Should maybe be a little shorter here, a little bit more narrow. Just looks a bit too long there. We even got a use of a sticker here to represent the back of the window, and it's just a little bit off. Not too keen on that. And we've got the trans light blue pieces down here at the bottom, so that's why they've been putting that neon glow. Obviously it's like that in the movies, but they've actually put these pieces in to represent, I suppose, the neon lights underneath the car. So a nice little touch there, because you probably wouldn't really see that all too much. Here's the interior, and we've got quite a bit of detail here. So a few printed pieces, we've got some dials. There's the NOS canisters. Looks like a bit of an interesting build technique there with the flower piece. That's nice. And here's the back of the box. We've got a picture of the real car just there, so I think they've done a pretty good job. The colours match, the shaping is pretty good. Yeah, do like it. They've even tried to match the decal stickers with a few prints and even a few bricks actually, looking back on the bonnet. Yeah, so that's brick built rather than using stickers, and then a couple more stickers down there. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we do have, I can just about make out the decals there, so maybe we can treat the studs as detail using our imagination. Bit of a stretch, but I'll give them that. And here, picture 8 out of 9. We've got the lifestyle shots, we can get a sense of the scale. Of course, this is a 8 wide Speed Champions set, so pretty much the same size as the other 8 wide Speed Champions sets, if you've ever built one or seen one. Yeah, it's a nice model. I like it. I'm looking forward to building this one. So those are my first impressions and some details about this set. I hope you have found them interesting. Let's build. Here is the complete build for set 76917, the Speed Champions Too Fast Too Furious Nissan Skyline GT-R R34. And before I share my opinions, let's see what customers have said about this set online. As always, where possible, I target the 2, 3 and 4 star reviews, of which are not incentivized, to get what I hope are more balanced opinions and comments. Starting with Lego.com, this set averaged 4.6 out of 5 from over 80 ratings. I like this 4-star review by Old Builder, and they said, "Too many small stickers. Really looked forward to this set coming out, and hope LEGO sees the demand for a larger scale version in the coming years. For the price, it is a fun little build. The stickers on the front bumper / intercooler are my biggest complaint. My hands don't work as good as they used to, so placing a few of those stickers into such tight spots and trying to get them to look just right took some joy out of an otherwise fun evening build." And I definitely agree with their statement about those particular grill stickers. I was using tweezers and still failed to align them as precisely as I would have liked. This set was received positively on Amazon.co.uk, where it averaged 4.8 out of 5 from over 900 ratings. I found this detailed 4-star review, which was written in Japanese by Lancaster Vanderbilt, is very insightful, and if you have the time, I'd say read it all. In the meanwhile, I'll hit the translate button and read this snippet. "Until now, the interior of the driver's seat has been neglected. It was foolish that the seat and steering wheel position were misaligned even when they introduced the 8 stud wide chassis. But this time it's a perfect fit. And of course, right hand drive. NOS has been recreated in the passenger seat and the roll bar in the rear seat. The car body also changes in height from the rear, leaning towards the front axles in a hip up state. And the assembly idea for the large and small rear quadruple lamps is particularly impressive." And I feel Lancaster Vanderbilt is spot on with this statement. The steering wheel aligns perfectly with the driver's seat, and I think it's great that the designer managed to squeeze so much detail into the interior of a model of this scale. And finally, over on Brickset.com, where this set averaged 4.4 out of 5 from over 70 ratings. Here's a snippet from Cap & Rex's official review, where they said, "The exposed studs on the bonnet are unfortunate, but again difficult to avoid because the 2x4x2 2/3 wheel arches include studs on top. The new elements arriving in March should be more versatile. The wheels themselves require no improvement though, with new metallic silver inserts duplicating the rims of the original car." Set 76911, the 007 Aston Martin DB5 also made effective use of unique wheel rims. You can see that there. And I feel the metallic rims certainly do stand out in a good way compared to other Speed Champion sets with non-metallic rims. So those were a few web reviews from different perspectives that I found most interesting. Over to my opinions. Here are my opinions of the LEGO Speed Champions Too Fast Too Furious Nissan Skyline GT-R R34, set number 76917. I will start with 3 things that I like about this set, followed by 3 things that I dislike. Then I will rate it based on 3 key perspectives, being the build experience, play experience, and value for money. And finally, I'll give my overall verdict. Starting with what I like, and the first one being the fascinating front grille. So I'll quickly just take this apart so I can demonstrate. You actually start off by building either side here, and it almost resembles a Millennium Falcon. Then we put together this grille module, which is quite an interesting piece, and that slots in there. Those yellow bits actually are built onto the module, but they didn't come off when I opened it up just there. And the hood simply goes on top like that. So it all fits in really nicely. Also a quick one, a shout out to the rear lights. I do like how the rear has been put together. Very simple yet effective to get those shapes there. So my second like being the nods to the film. So I'll start with the minifig here. We have Brian O'Connor's likeness in minifig form, and I think they've done a good job on this. You get a unique headpiece and dual molded arms for the torso. He's wearing a white t-shirt, and we've also got fitting hair there too, and standard light bluish grey legs. And of course for the car, the thing that strikes you the most is the decals, those blue stripes here along both sides. They're in sticker form and print form. There's also a single piece there which makes up part of the decals. We've got the blue spoiler and the blue stripes going down the front. We've also got the Florida plate on the back and the unique rims. Those are really nice. They're in a metallic silver colour. They really do stand out, and they've got a little more detail than the standard rims that you get in other Speed Champion sets. There's also the hint of neon lights with these 1x2 pieces going around here. They couldn't go any further with those, otherwise they would scrape along the floor. And last but not least, the interior. We've got a few dials there, but most importantly the NOS canisters. I think they've done a great job with these. They're a simple 3-piece build, but they look fantastic. And my last like being the easy interior access. So as with most Speed Champion sets, it's easy enough to remove the front windscreen, but with this you can also remove this rear portion of the roof quite easily, and the back windscreen. And what I like most is you can easily remove the doors too. So they're all built on a 2x8 plate piece, and they come off in one piece like so, as they're only attached by 3 studs. And now we practically have full access to the interior. We can easily get the minifig in and out, and the NOS canisters. To get these bottom two, I also find that it's easier to remove this small module here. And if you wanted to, you could remove this roll cage piece here, take out those 2 tile pieces, and we could have space for a minifigure in the back. And with some slight modification of the layout of these, we can also change things around to make room for another passenger too. So those were a few things that I like about this set. Now over to the dislikes. And the first one being that it's not as sleek compared to other Speed Champion sets. Okay, the source material is fairly boxy anyway, but I have seen some people modify these to hide these tiles, for example, and if you look at it straight on, that is not such a nice angle for this model. Just a bit too bulky for my liking. My second dislike is the poor quality of the sticker printing. So looking quite closely, you can just see that the blue is has a bit of noise to it, I suppose you would say, and there's a bit of like a dark blue outline almost, which I haven't often seen in other prints. I thought maybe it's just my luck, but I have seen other pictures and videos of this set where the print quality is also poor. Even at arm's length it is noticeable, so I'm not letting Lego get away with that one. And finally, my last dislike is the loose spoiler. So it's quite easy to knock this spoiler off and dislodge it, and when you try and place it back on, it sort of moves around. It's quite fiddly, and there's also the chance that you end up trying to put it back on and then it pops off elsewhere just due to the design. It does look good, but it is quite fiddly. I've done that multiple times where I've just easily knocked this piece off. so I'll have it down as a dislike. So how would I rate this set? Well, for the play experience, I'll give this a 3 out of 5. It works fine as a car, it rolls about effortlessly. We've got easy access to the interior as I previously explained, and I especially like the detailed interior. We've got nice NOS canisters that are a simple but effective build. There's storage space in the rear, and it can easily be modified to accommodate maybe 1 or even 2 passengers. For the build experience, I'll give this set a 4 out of 5. It took me a little over an hour to build, and I was taking my time, so it probably could be done in half that time maybe. There are 2 bags in the boxes. In the first bag you build up the rear of the car, and in the second bag you construct the front. There are a few interesting techniques used, as I mentioned previously. For the grille, that was really nice. The NOS canisters are very simple and effective, and the rear lights for the whole rear comes together really nicely. Get the right shapes there. There are a few tricky sticker placements, especially in the grille, and there's one very small sticker that goes on the side of a cheese slope piece. And as always, a wrench piece is included so you can easily remove the rims. Also note, you don't get a helmet with this set, nor do you get a spare set of rims, so make sure you don't lose any of these. And for the value for money, this gets a 3 out of 5 from me. I feel the price is reasonable for this set. It's a licensed model from the movie and the manufacturer. It's got good display value. It's easily identifiable because of the sticker details, and it has good play value. It's a car, it rolls, it fits well with all the other 8 wide Speed Champion sets, and it retails for £19.99. It contains 319 pieces, so that's 6.3 pence per piece. In the States, this set retails for $24.99, which works out at 7.8 cents per piece, according to brickinsights.com. For LEGO Speed Champion sets, the average is 8 cents per piece and $17.13 per minifig. Overall, this set gets a 3.3 out of 5 from me. It's an iconic car from its era, and even more so in this form since it featured in the Too Fast, Too Furious movie. It's good for both play and display. I'm sure any fan of the movie franchise or car enthusiast would be delighted to add this set to their LEGO collection. And before I go, here are the remaining pieces. And this is the spent sticker sheet. And here's a quick glance at the last few pages of the instruction manual. Here are a few other Speed Champion sets, and as always, the piece count. Thanks for watching my build and review video. If you enjoy my content, please like, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate your feedback so I can continue to improve the quality of my content. This has been Chill Game Build. Stay tuned for the next one. Over and out. Peace.